We are gathered here today to celebrate one of life's greatest moments, the joining of two hearts, specifically the joining of Josh and Meg in marriage. For them, out of the routine of an ordinary life, the extraordinary happened. They met each other by chance, fell in love deeply, and are now adding another beautiful chapter to their book of love. Romance is fun, but true love and commitment are something far more. By standing up here today, Josh and Meg are committing their whole lives and their whole hearts to one another. But today is also a celebration for all of us surrounding them, for it is a pleasure for us to see love in bloom and to bask in the union of two people so delightfully suited for one another. And of course, have a few cocktails in the process. So let's get on with it already.
So I have an announcement. We don't do anything traditional, right? Like, if you know Meg, there's nothing traditional about it. You guys know me, there's nothing traditional. So behind every one of your bridesmaids, please grab that bag. Groomsmen, please grab your bag. First and foremost, thank you all for showing up. Yeah. Yeah. So please celebrate with us, get down on one knee and show us you love us.
On the count of three. Oh, well, they're already. See, I got some rookies. All right, get down. Let's go. Yes. You're going to get down on one knee and you're going to shoot it.
Hurry up, we only have it for a couple hours.
It's, yeah. As much as you can, guys. I know. The other side already finished. We're good. Okay.
You can put them behind you anyway.
Yeah, okay, anyway. Now that we've just cut that, okay. All right. Sorry, now everybody's focused. All right. Yes, thank you. Showing up. All right. Back to it. Okay.
Now that the stress is out of the air, carry on.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Well, that was fun. Well, when I think about Josh and Meg and how they came to be here today, marrying one another, the word serendipity comes to mind. Its meaning is the occurrence and development of events by chance in a happy or beneficial way. Josh and Meg, your meeting was certainly by chance and has developed into a beautiful love story. You both balance one another, and while each of you are tremendous individuals on your own, together you're even better. And even better together as a team, a unit, a force, if you will. Ultimately, all led us here today. Witnessing your commitment to one another in front of those who you love the most. I wish I could tell you all a single story about Josh and Meg that summarizes their relationship and how they enrich each other's lives and the lives of each of us. But the truth is there isn't one single event that is a good encapsulation of what they mean to me, to each other, and to all of us. But what I do know in my heart of hearts is that both of them care deeply and passionately for one another. They share something so deep, so special, that not everyone experiences in a lifetime. For Josh and Meg, it's loving each other simply, but deeply. For the two of them, the small things matter most. They make each other laugh, they connect and bond over shared interests, they protect each other day in and day out, but most importantly, they challenge each other in all of the best ways. For them, it seems as if time magically speeds up and slows down when they're together. They help each other in ways that are obvious and also unnoticed, and they're always appreciated. It's also my personal experience with Josh and Meg that ultimately led me to knowing so surely that these two were meant to be together. I've shared countless nights with the two of them, and each time I've watched their bond grow stronger. Seeing them move so elegantly in sync with one another is truly a beautiful thing. Love isn't always easy, but when you find someone with whom you're meant to share that love, it makes it that much easier. Josh and Meg make theirs look effortless. When you find sharing yourself with someone suddenly makes life and all its obstacles seem to flow in your favor, well, my friends, that's how you know you found your person. These two people who stand here before me are so marvelously made for one another, and it is an absolute honor to be standing in front of them as their officiant. Josh and Meg, as someone you both affectionately call Mama Della, I want you to know that I wish you both, not just today on your wedding day, but every day moving forward, is that your lives together as a team is one of complete joy. Let it be full of those moments you wish would never end, and those that you both continue to make one another smile and laugh, like you will for all of us here today. Remember this day and remember the irrevocable love you both have for each other right at this moment, and never let it go. In closing, I would like to steal a line from one of our favorite country singers. They say nothing lasts forever, but they ain't seen you two together. God bless and cheers to serendipity. The bride and groom would also like me to share a couple of poems. This one is titled, If That's What It Takes. When the storm rises up, when the shadows descend, every beat of my heart, every day without end, I will stand like a rock, I will bend till I break. There's no more to give, if that's what it takes. I will risk everything, I will fight, I will bleed. I will lay down my life, if that's what you need. Every second I live, that's a promise I make. Baby, that's what I'll give, if that's what it takes. Through the wind and the rain, through the smoke and the fire, when the fear rises up and the waves even higher, I will lay down my heart, my body, my soul. I will hold on all night and never let go. Every second I live, that's a promise I make. Baby, that's what I'll give, if that's what it takes. And lastly, an excerpt from a Dermot Kennedy song. We never miss the flowers until the sun's down. We never count the hours until they're running out. You're on the other side of the storm now. You should be so proud. And better days are coming. Better days are coming for us. Before Josh and Meg exchange their vows today, please know they do so from a place of deep love and commitment. Although today has been lighthearted by nature, there is nothing Josh and Meg take more seriously than the opportunity to demonstrate their uncanny ability to talk in front of a group of people.
Okay.
Josh?
All right. So
Oh, I gotta go, right?
just make sure that
This one's mine? You sure?
Yeah.
All
It
right.
is. All right.
Size 17 font. No, I need that. Yeah, okay, here we go. You want some?
Yeah. I was gonna hold them for you, but.
Anybody else need anything?
All right, you're making me. Here, let me just hold them.
All
I
right.
want one.
All right, here we go. We know who wears pants. Anyway, Meg, where do I begin? Probably Boston, a magical city that will always have a place in my heart, as it's the city that brought you to me, or me to you, or brought birds flying into your head while we admire the city of the beauty. Either way, I love the city for writing the first page of our book. The other pages that make up that first chapter are filled with belly laughs and the most absurd things no one in this crowd would ever possibly understand. But let me try and explain to everyone the love I carry for you and the promises I will never break as we continue to write that book. A wise artist once wrote, "See, I'm in love with how your soul is a mix of chaos and art, and how you never try to keep them apart." Now, if that doesn't describe your soul, I don't know what will. Chaos and art. Two powerful words that describe somebody's soul. Chaos, by definition, complete disorder, confusion, pretty much describes you anytime you wake up. From your hair looking like you were hung upside down for 10 hours, or when you decide to watch my Georgia Bulldogs battle for the sugar bowl, and you woke up stating, "I dung near choked on my tongue." Or the most chaotic thing, your passion for fire. Give you a chainsaw and watch out Amazon rainforest. Chaos. Now, as chaotic as you may be when you wake up or wield a chainsaw, throughout our growing book, these things I promise you. I promise to always be the arm that you sleep on, your blanketless lover in the night, or just your pillow. I'll always be there. Now, when it comes to the chainsaw and the trees around our house, which there aren't very many left anymore, or our future house, I can't promise much from the chainsaw, as you've told me I'm not allowed to use it. But I promise to fix it when you loosen the chain every 5 minutes, and talk you down after you say it doesn't work, when we both know it's definitely user error. And most importantly, I promise to not get upset when you go buy a second one because there's something wrong with the first one. Art. By definition, a skill at doing a specified thing, typically one acquired through practice. Instead of focusing on the skills that you do have, let's focus on the things you need to develop. Like, I don't know, walking. Congratulations for making it down the aisle and not falling. Just remember, it's one foot in front of the other, not too far apart, not too close. Deep breaths if you get nervous, and slow down. Because I'm not sure what I will do. I'm not sure. Because if I have to see you slide down our stairs head first one more time on our Ring camera, I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Art, a category we need to develop. But here are the promises I have to you. I always promise to be the Richard to your Tommy and guide you through life and do it in the nicest possible way. I promise to support you when you invent a word like perceptator or equivalate or any of the other many words that you look at me and say, that's a word, right? I promise to be always the level-headed, calm partner, and just when I think you can't get any dumber, you'll always totally redeem yourself. Where do we go from here? Something came in with the night. Snow came in heavy, my boys and me wandering blind. It's temporary, darling. From that bridge to Boston to Cambridge, I heard all our lines. I meant when I said, I want all of this, all of the time. And this is what I haven't been able to read because I cry. So, I'm lucky. You saved me. When I say I want all of this, all of the time, it's with you. And only you. I promise that whenever times get rough, and honestly we know they will because you're a Bills and Michigan fan, so I will always be there to support you, unless it's the beginning of October or the second week of November. Thank you, Bugby family, for showing up today. Yeah. You saved me from a hopeless life by being the best partner someone could have supporting them. You saved me from being complacent by pushing me to the best version of myself. I promise to be the same support back to you for all of our chapters. You provide me with heart-filling stability in a world full of variables and gray. You continue to bring me unconditional love, and for that I love you. I promise to always let the dogs out and give them a schnacky schnack schnack, even though all they want is their mom. I promise to always listen to why we need to sleep in the blue room and let you select the show, even though before we know you're done talking, you're already asleep. I know I'm spoiled. I promise to let you know that every day. This isn't the end of my vows, just the beginning of an endless and continuous love. That wise artist I mentioned in the beginning, wasn't it love as soon as we knew each other properly, living about half right until a certain person got to me, said he reminded me of the summer times, and I still mean that. In a full room, you're the only one I'm smiling at. I promise in a full room, you'll always be the one I'm smiling at. I promise I will love you a little bit more today than I did yesterday, and a little bit more tomorrow than I do today. My hope is if we add the one more, it will equal a lifetime and never have to let you go. I say we bail.
It's too late. It's hard to follow. All right.
You're up.
All right.
Made it through.
Okay. Gotta crank the neck. All right.
Just don't look at me.
For the age-old question, where do I begin? I remember when I met you. It was so clear that you'd be changing the absolute course of my life. In that moment, we were just an arm's length away from finding everything we were ever seeking in one another. Dermot Kennedy once sang, "Remember that first laugh? All had changed once I had that. Like a hurricane, but I don't care where I land. So dance carefree. I hope it's easier knowing me. Now your soul is yours, but I'll help it move if I can. And I couldn't stop smiling like the whole way home, and yet it should feel like something we were missing. Think he got that spot on. As for souls, we are kindred. We think alike, though we are so different. We read each other's minds, though we are both incredibly indecisive. We laugh until our lungs are about to burst, and we cry from moments of hurt where we're belling our hearts out to each other. You're the bravest of hearts. You're the sturdiest of souls. You're my light in the dark in a place I call home. You are calm and collective. You are stoic and strong. You are captivating and charismatic, and you are wise beyond your years, Josh. Sometimes we irritate one another. Sometimes we take each other for granted. Sometimes I feel like I've known you forever. Sometimes I'm meeting you all over again. But once in a while, like today, I realize how lucky I am to share my life in this next chapter with the greatest man I've ever met. You still fascinate me and inspire me. You influence me for the better and demonstrate the value of self-respect. And in true Sex and the City, Mr. Big fashion, you taught me the most exciting, challenging, and significant relationship of all is the one that you have with yourself. And if you can love someone to love the you love, well, that's just fabulous. And Josh, you are just fabulous. You have saved me in all the ways a person can be saved with your undying, unwavering support and love as my partner, my friend, my roommate, and now my husband.
Not yet.
It's a prelude.
So close.
It's all about the little things. Even though it's such a big day in our lives, we've learned by now that love is made up of all the little things and their promises, and there's truly nothing bigger. So I promise to support you in all the things that make you happy and your life to the absolute fullest. I promise not to recoil in horror when the colored clothes are mixed with a load of whites while doing our laundry. I promise to agree that 180 minutes on a sleep timer is way too long. We will not set it. You can shut the TV off immediately after 90 seconds when I'm practicing my nightly bouts of narcolepsy. I promise to assemble furniture while demonstrating utmost patience without fighting why they throw in nonsensical pieces, telling you to let me do it, why you didn't water a plant last Tuesday, or reliving why you're scratching your balls, your beautiful feet all over our new couch. Okay. I also promise to stop crying every time I have to come back to Vermont when traveling to Boston for work. I know it's always a touchy waterworks subject, and I'm going to knock it off. It's like a Band-Aid. Just have to rip it off, move on, because I always go back the following week. I promise you that I'm well equipped to share 25% of my college football Saturdays for the only red hue allowed in our household. That's for your Georgia Bulldogs, but always remember to go blue. I promise to use more than the same 11 movie quotes throughout all of life's events, even when they're completely irrelevant, non-applicable, or spot on while playing the Name the Movie game, like right now from Dumb and Dumber. Just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber, you go and do something like this and totally redeem yourself. And most importantly, in every little moment, I promise to love you forever and ever and ever and ever. Thank you for building a life that is so beautiful together, and what it has in store for us is the incredible unknown. But I couldn't think of doing this ride without you. You pieced together a life of sadness, loss, love, triumph, growth, change. It's the most spectacular puzzle. And you've continued to build upon it, and that you've included all my pieces into it so perfectly. And when the pieces do not fit, it's just another masterful adaptation to our love story. I love you a little bit more today than I did yesterday. I love you a little bit more tomorrow than I did today. Josh, give me your love. I'll put my heart in it.
Wow,
Right after that, yeah.
that was beautiful. Okay, well, let's get to the good part.
Yeah.
The ring is symbolic of lasting commitment. It does not break. It may not bend. It may bend. However, then you might want to see a jeweler. As you place the ring on your partner's finger, please think about the unwavering faith in your relationship that has brought you both to this point today. So with that, let's get you two married. Gage, rings. Okay, Josh, you first.
Me first? Yeah. Oh, okay. I thought I was done.
The ring on her finger, repeat after me, please. I, Josh, take you, Meg, to be my wife.
I, Josh, take you, Meg, to be my wife.
In the good times and the bad.
Good times and the bad.
For who you are today and for who you will grow to be in the years to come.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that.
For who you are today and for who you will grow to be in the years to come.
I promise to be your sidekick in all adventures.
Promise to be your sidekick in all adventures.
I'll never stop playing with you.
I'll never stop playing with you.
I promise to always make you laugh, even when you want to cry.
Promise to always make you laugh, even though you want to cry.
I will
When
love
you
you.
want to cry.
I will love you as my best friend, my lover, my partner in crime.
I will love you as my best friend, my partner, my lover in crime.
My lover in
My partner in crime, my
I'm gonna
lover.
do it
There we go.
terrible. Don't worry about it.
I just got to make sure
It's
I
okay,
beat
okay,
you. So
okay.
we're good.
I'm in it for life.
I'm in it for life. Oh,
Okay.
Woo, Meg,
This is another one. All right.
your
Do
turn.
this whole thing. Here, hold my hand though.
no, I didn't
Okay,
go without
alright.
your hand.
I, Meg, take you, Josh, to be my husband,
I, Meg, take you, Josh, to be my husband,
in the good times and in bad,
in the good times and in bad,
for who you are today and for who you will grow to be in years to come.
for who you are today and who you grow to be in years to come.
I promise to be your sidekick in all adventures
I promise to be your sidekick in all adventures
and never stop playing with you.
and never stop playing with you.
I promise to always make you laugh even when you want to cry.
I promise to always make you laugh even though you want to cry.
Even when you went to cry.
Yes, you said the same thing. All right.
I will love you as my best friend, my lover, and my partner in
I
crime.
will love you as my best friend, my lover, and my partner in crime.
I'm in it for life.
I'm in it for life. Okay.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay.
Ooh,
Here, hold my hand. Hold my
phew.
hand. So much easier.
Almost done. To make,
Get up.
okay, this is the last part. We're almost there.
I did.
To make your relationship work, it will take love. This is the core of your marriage and why you're here today. It will take trust to know that in your hearts you truly want what's best for each other. It will take dedication to stay open to one another and to learn and grow together. It will take faith to go forward together without knowing exactly what the future brings. It will take commitment to hold true to the journey you both have pledged today. By the power vested in me by the state of Vermont, I now pronounce that you are husband and wife. Josh, you may kiss your bride. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. and Mrs. Josh Bugby.
Welcome, everybody. My name is AJ. For those that don't know me, I am Josh's brother here. So I want to start off by saying, Meg, you look absolutely beautiful tonight. Josh, you look okay. So, Josh, it's been a long time since we were kids playing Power Rangers in the woods in Underhill. We've gotten a lot bigger, but haven't quite grown up yet. We still play games, mess around, and act dumb sometimes, but having each other is something we've never taken for granted. I remember back then when we were Power Rangers, how into it we were. Specifically this one time when we were out there in the woods battling the armies of dead branches, smacking them down, doing our cross chops and everything, and how highly intellectual our conversations were about who was the White Ranger. You see, we both wanted to be him because he had the best outfit of all the Power Rangers. And I remember you and all your wit grabbing your stick firmly in your hand and saying, "I'm the White Ranger because this is Saba." Saba was the name of the White Ranger's sword. Josh had grabbed that stick and said, "This is Saba, and I'm the White Ranger." So I couldn't beat that logic, so I went with it. I'm like, Josh is the White Ranger because he's got Saba. He's got Saba. And so after battling those armies of branches in that Underhill forest, smacking them down out of the ground, it seemed like ages, but it was probably, in the end of the day, 15 minutes. Who knows? Time flies as a kid. Saba ended up breaking. And as we stood there pondering how in the world this magical stick of wonder could possibly break, you broke the silence with the words, "We have to bury him." So we stood there in that forest, standing there with our broken stick Saba, and then and there we buried him. We buried Saba. It's pretty crazy, I know, burying a stick, but we did it. As I was writing this speech, I was trying to come up with some elaborate metaphor of how this fits into the grand scheme of things, right? But there isn't one. This story is a perfect representation, though, of who Josh is. Josh is an elaborate and sensitive man who loves everything he has. And he loved that stick. He loved everything he puts his mind to. And when I met Meg for the first time, it made complete sense to me. Josh needed someone as complex and magical as this woman here to inspire him to love something or someone as much as he did that stick. And he fucking loved that stick. So I encourage you both to lean heavy on your imaginations and continue to show us how beautiful love can be. I love you both, and to Meg and Josh, go power couple.
Hello and welcome. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Jason Weiner, Jay, the brother from another mother, aka the bride's man of honor. Thank you all so much for traveling near and far to be here to celebrate this special union. Facebook, or the metaverse as it soon may be called, has recently reminded me that Meg and I have known each other for 15 years now. What a crazy long time it has been for us, and with the many adventures we've been on, it seems like time has just flown by. It was like just yesterday that we met during preseason at Castleton, I a soccer player and her field hockey. Our relationship quickly grew as we both seemed to spend a lot of time in the training room. Apparently, we are both quite and still injury prone. For those of you who don't know, the bride has a broken toe. Yeah, let me lose that. 90s, our best low-key moments were 90s grunge and Vanilla Sky on repeat, always with ginger ale for Chuck and Harvest Cheddar Sun Chips for her, on those rainy Castleton hungover weekends. Eventually, our adventures grew to trips to Chicago or Virginia Beach to see or be with Kurt, always with Charlie's and her cats in tow for the long ride in the back of my Volvo. We've done Vermont, Maine, Rhode Island, and New York as we grew to know and love each other's families, and finally to Seattle, where you helped me celebrate my marriage to the love of my life, Amanda, and eventually 2 years later, on top of the Space Needle, to celebrate your bachelorette party. Meg, you've always inspired me to be always inspired me to be the best version of myself and given me the confidence to do so, all while, of course, reminding me to keep my ego in check. We've really been able to keep each other honest over the years with weekly phone calls and open-ended texts. And I'd like to think that you taught me a little bit about women. After all, you and Charlie and Libby had quite amount of friends in college. Your personal success has been hard-earned and well-deserved, and it couldn't have come and found its way to a more kind and generally altruistic person. You find happiness in others' joy, and it couldn't be highlighted more in the celebration today. That being said, it's not all rainbows and sunshine with you, Miss Bugby. Took me a while to get used to that one. I had to cross it out for a sec. Also known as one of the most competitive and trash-talking individuals I know. And I know a lot. Oh, thanks, Lib. And I think you know what I'm talking about. Your competitiveness is infectious, and you really seem to have found your match in Josh. Ever since you met Josh, the smiles have gotten bigger, the problems that life seemed to throw at us have gotten smaller, and the love that you two share have grown. Where did I lost it? Due to the current state of the Matrix, however, Josh and I don't know each other as well as I'm sure we'd both like. And that's one of the things that I'm most excited about, is to get to learn and know both of you as a couple. I'm truly honored to be here to represent you and both of your families as you embark on life's biggest journey together as newlyweds. And I'm looking forward to all the big and bright things that you two have in store for each other. That being said, as you embark on this big journey together, remember, you're officially on the same team now, and med kits are always a sound investment. Thank you both for hosting such a wonderful weekend for all of us. So now, please raise a glass, whatever you have in front of you, and a little toast to the newlyweds, Mr. and Mrs. Josh Bugby.
Hello, everyone. My name is Gage. I'm the unofficial brother of the Bugby family. And for those of you who don't know me, well, that's your loss. I'd like to thank AJ and Jason for the great speeches. Now I will stumble and stutter my way through mine. It's true. I recently read that a best man speech should take about as long as a groom does to make love. So I guess I got to keep this short. Josh and I met about 10 years ago at this wonderful, phenomenal establishment called Lift nightclub. And no, not the gym. Lift was a wonderful place full of beers and bad decisions. We bonded over both. But in all seriousness, we instantly clicked as best buds, and we've been pretty close ever since. Must have spelled that wrong. I knew right away that he'd become a brother for life. We've grown up together over the past decade, and we've been through a lot. You see, we're simple men. We drink beer, we hunt deer, and we play golf and watch football and work in pretty shitty bars, or we worked in pretty shitty bars. We fly over the world to see each other, from North Carolina to Vegas to Austin, Texas. You don't get very many opportunities in life to find someone besides family who you would do anything for and who would do anything for you. I found in my friendship with Josh, I've been smart enough ever since to keep that friendship in the forefront of my life. He's my best friend I've ever had and will be, ever had. And for that, I'm so thankful. Yeah, I don't do this public speaking a lot. I'm kind of a quiet man. Whose baby is that? I'm also extremely grateful to be standing here today as one of the best men. Jesus. Josh and I are a lot alike in a lot of ways. I'm pretty sure he learned a lot from me, mainly what not to do. But either way, he learned a lot. In our 20s, rude. I spent most of my time in the bar. Josh did as well, but mainly he was working hard at UVM Medical Center to get where he is now. He's a best friend I can really look up to. He's got great work ethic and great bullshitting and smoozing skills. I need to get on his level. An easy way to understand the dynamic of Josh and I, here's a little example of who we are as people. I eat when I'm bored. Josh eats when he's hungry. For instance, picture a huge bowl of candy. I mean, I'm talking like the size of that goddamn table. Of like Sour Patch Kids, gummy bears, and so on and so on. My bowl, yeah, my candy doesn't leave the bag. Where was I? He's powerful, strong-willed nature to say no when the time is right and to say yes when the time is even more right. Not only at Halloween candy, but to real life situations and something to be admired. And we all should strive to be like Joshua. For anyone who knows Josh, they know he can be stubborn, pain in the ass. Sorry. He's always there for you at a drop of a hat, no matter what's going on, no matter how far he has to go to help you. He's always there. I truly don't know how many times in my life that he saved me. Myself and all the groomsmen here today have bonded so tightly over the years, mainly because of Josh himself. He brought together so many great friendships. As you see, we're all here delinquents. So on a lighter note, So on a lighter note, after many, many years of shenanigans, I settled down with my wife, and while I hoped Josh would, to be so lucky to find his person too. The one fine evening, I got a text from him while he's in Boston for the weekend, professing that he met some girl, I met this girl text kind of thing. I knew something was up. Because there was no way I would be hearing about a girl he just met unless she completely rocked his world from the start. Little did he know that girl would be the blonde bombshell sitting next to him right now. What's that? Oh, okay, sorry. Now let's talk about Meg. To be brutally honest, I didn't have high hopes after that late night text he sent me from Boston. But damn, did you surprise us all. Meg, it's been such a pleasure getting to know you these last few years. You're confident, classy, and definitely freaking sassy. Loyal and kind. You have an energy about you that totally takes precedence when you are around. Josh struck gold the night he locked eyes with you. We're also lucky to know you. You saw how much Josh and I mean to each other, and you embraced me and my family with open arms. For that, I'm so grateful. You've been there for the last one. You've been there for every last one, right alongside Josh since day one. You are bold, you are smart, and you're a take no shit kind of woman. You are a perfect woman for Josh. So before I wrap this up, I'd like to ask, I was asked by my friend, what does Josh mean to me? So to answer that, Josh, you are my brother, my best friend. Okay, let me turn this way for 1 second. You are my best friend and the godfather to my daughter, Everly. You are my right-hand man. You're always there when family needs you. I cannot wait to grow. I cannot wait to grow old with you in this crazy journey we call life. I love you, buddy. I hope this day is everything you hope for. Meg, I hope the same for you. Let's all raise a toast to these amazing newlyweds. I'm so happy for you both. I wish you a lifetime of happiness.
Ladies and gentlemen, best man, Mr. Gage Bergeron.
All right, June 12th, 1996. It was a Wednesday. I hate Megan. I hate Megan. And then it goes on for the whole page. I was not supposed to be doing this speech. This is for you. Yeah. No. All right, thanks. Thank you for the honor, Meg. I've always wanted to stand up and talk in front of a pile of people I don't know. I've only had 21 months without you in my life. And before that, it was really quiet. Now, like Josh said, it's nothing short of chaos. That's what Meg does. She's full throttle into your life, hands on her hips, berating you for any of your choices, any decisions you've made, all in heels. Yeah. But in an instant, she can whip up a crock pot of recycled vegetables that knocks it out of the park while convincing you that 22 throw pillows is enough for a guest bed. Meg's always been a force. She's impossible to forget, but she's hard to remember. She's been the star in all our homemade movies, the leader in our adventures, the instigator in most of our fights, and then the mediator. Her consideration of others is as genuine as it is undeserved. She'd do anything for someone she loves, and her fierce protection for her friends and family is unrivaled. She's also shut her own finger in a car window. And when she wants something, she's relentless. I remember calling a radio station at least 10 times so she could hear My Heart Will Go On. And now she's convinced me to wear velvet. I hate velvet. I've heard Meg gush about crushes, but never the way she did about Josh after meeting him in Boston. My sister, who has an adjective or a retort for everything, was now rendered speechless. Meg used to say a quote to me from 500 Days of Summer after I got married. You don't want to be named as anybody's girlfriend and now you're somebody's wife? Well, right back at you. This Hail Mary comes out of nowhere and changes the whole game. Finally, a sunrise after so many sunsets. I don't have much advice to give you, Josh. She's going to fiercely challenge you, chide you over nonsense like putting pillows on the floor, or that you're doing something the wrong way, even if you're the one who showed her how to do it in the first place. She'll use inside jokes to relate to everything, even if they don't make any sense. She's going to quote Robin Williams incessantly, buy more shoes and clothing than you can imagine is necessary, and push you to your absolute limits. But she's going to regard you in ways you didn't realize were possible. She's going to make you laugh till it hurts. She's going to fill the void you didn't know you had, because no one will love you the way she can. Because Meg knows how to juggle, not just with a field hockey stick, but with anything she attempts. And just remember, the sweet is never as sweet without the sour. And as for today, I want you to get into the deep, beautiful melancholy of everything that's happened. And did the wind sweep you off your feet? I'm guessing it did, finally. Now you have someone to lean on, to build you up and to calm you down. He's going to try to keep you from falling down the stairs, unsuccessfully. Who's going to scream at the TV with you on a Saturday and help you handle your no-selling waste of space days. No one is going to root for you harder. Even if you fail, you fail, you fail. Now you have someone to fail with, because it wasn't logic, it was love all along. So welcome to our crazy family, Mr. Big. We've been waiting a long time for you. 6 seasons and 2 movies, to be exact. I already know you saved a part of her, but I trust you're going to be the voice of reason when she grabs a chainsaw while angry. That you'll love her stupid pets even though they won't call you Dad. You'll remain stoic even when you have to spend every Thanksgiving with 2 siblings behaving like animals in a football stadium. And that you'll keep her warm when it gets a little colder in the middle of October. No. All right. This is my cry now. So, Meg turned to me when we were taking a break on a bike ride. We were getting high. Yeah. And said, I can't decide what's worse, if you died and I had to live without you, or if I died and you'd have to live without me. I hope you know that I still can't decide what's worse, and I hope I never do. We all know too well that nothing is forever, but just to have what we've had and what is still to come is everything. The little things, there's nothing bigger. And if you could only see yourself in my eyes, you see you shine. Because without you, I don't make sense. I'm hoping one day we finally make the right turn onto 60B, because I'm sure we'll be singing to Goo Goo Dolls with the windows down, repeating the same 50 movie quotes, and watching all the John Hughes movies on repeat until the end of time, because we are intrepid. We carry on. I carry your heart. I carry it in my heart.